Hi, Susan.
Good morning, afternoon, Danica.
Still morning. Yeah,
It's still
yeah,
morning. I had to make sure.
I think
And
so.
hello, what the 50 plus family.
Good morning, family. Oh my goodness. So I'm laughing because Emerald told me I needed breakfast. So my daughter made me breakfast, applesauce and blueberries.
Ooh,
I
yum.
know, healthy. And she said, I'm picking your outfit. So this is what she picked. Life
Well,
is
I
better
love it.
with
Wait a minute.
flip-flops and a glass of wine.
Okay, that's super cute.
Isn't that cute? Billy
I,
Goat, William George bought it for me and Glenda. So we have
we
life
need
is
to
better.
add something cute like that on our Life is Better After 50 on our
Yes,
store.
there you go. Yes, it is.
Because
I
in a
love
lot
it.
of ways, it really is. It's definitely less stressful.
I agree. Different
I mean,
stress,
I stress out
but we know how.
momentarily when I get up and look in the mirror or I go to do something and my hand hurts, but overall, I just don't let shit bother me like I used to.
Exactly. Well,
People, I don't let people bother me.
yeah, I think it's not even just that it's less stressful because it's the same thing, but we don't care, number one, but also we've learned how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, we
Well, I
don't
think
freak
we've
out.
learned that we're 50 plus. So, we're a
Mhm.
lot of way through our life and our time is very precious because when I was 20, I never thought I would die.
Oh, I
I don't
know.
know. No. So
Yeah,
if somebody said, "Oh, in 20 years," I'm like, "Okay, in 20 years, whatever, I'll deal with it then." For
whatever.
now, yeah, I'm not going to waste one precious minute of my life that I have on people that don't deserve it. And when I say that, it could be a total stranger, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to sit there and waste 20 minutes being pissed off the guy cut me off at the light. I'm going to be mad for 30 seconds and then I'm going to go, whatever.
Well, and you know
And
what? With that, it doesn't even matter if it's friends or family or whatever. I think it's really, really important to know that it is okay to graciously let people exit your life. And even if it wasn't gracious, like I've got people from the past that I've run into again in my life that want to be friends. And I remember how it went last time. And I will just graciously say, "Oh, it's so good to see you," whatever, and then, get away before we exchange numbers or what, just don't. You don't even have to say anything. "So great to see you. Let's connect." Okay, great. Thanks. Have a great day. I just, you don't even need to go there because
100% agree.
I'm not going to do it again. And maybe things have changed and maybe it could be a beautiful relationship, but I'm not going to spend my, like you said, precious time taking that chance or because I'm just not. I'm not.
As I always say, I have plenty of great friends. Not that I'm not open-minded to new friends, but I feel like if a friendship ended, there was a reason.
I agree. I
And
agree.
again, even if they've changed whatever, do I need to invest that time to find out only to be disappointed again?
Yeah.
I wish them well. Family's the same way. I had this discussion the other day with a family member that wanted me to reach out to another family member. And I said, no.
Mhm.
I said, if I have to mentally prepare myself for a whole week to work up to give a phone call, telling myself, don't stress out, ignore what they say, yada, yada, I don't feel like I should be calling that person.
I agree. Nope.
Yeah.
Tamlin, which you guys know because she's been on our show before, we talk about it all the time that if it isn't at least a 70% or more full body, yes, I can do this, you don't do it. And it should be 90 to 100%. Because sometimes there's still maybe a little reservation about what you're doing. But if it's not pretty much all in, then don't do it. You can tell, you can feel it in your
Oh,
heart.
yeah, well, even if you're just even questioning, oh, should I? That kind of is your answer. Unless you're like,
Exactly.
oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't talked to them in a while. Oh, yeah, I should check up. If you're even going for
Maybe
30
no.
seconds,
Yeah.
and sometimes friends or family don't understand because they had a different relationship. And so, an example
Yeah.
years ago when I was married, and again, I'm going to try to avoid specifically naming this person, but my husband was really on me. Oh, you should do this more. You should go out to eat more. You should visit him more. Yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay. So I said, you will be coming with me, and he quickly understood why that person was not in my life. But what he didn't understand is he had a similar relationship, and that person
Okay.
was an angel.
Ah,
He was an angel, so he could not understand. But then he realized, oh, we had different influences. So, now that's what I will say with people. I'm like, well, you know what? It sounds like luckily that you had an amazing relationship with that person. I did not, on the other hand, so please respect my decision.
exactly.
Shut
Because
the fuck up. No.
yeah. Well, it's just
Quit
like
guilting me.
you
They
turn
say, oh,
around.
family, you gotta call your No, you don't. If
No,
they
you
make you
don't.
crazy, you don't.
Yep.
My
No,
life has been
you,
so peaceful since I cut some people out. And I don't want
yeah.
to say cut them out. They're not out. If
Oh,
they need to call and talk, if they're not out.
we're
It's
always
just
always be kind and whatever,
yeah,
but you don't have to have an ongoing relationship with them. I have family members and friends that are exactly that way, and it's the same with, like you just said. I have friends that, or just probably the easiest example is couples that break up. If one of them tries to make me choose a side, uh-uh. That's I'm more than likely going to choose the other side, because that
yeah,
to me, it's like you can be friends with somebody or not be friends with somebody doesn't mean I can or cannot be friends with them. Whether you have a crappy relationship,
I
like,
agree.
I because my relationships are my individual relationships. And I again am much more particular as I get older. I think we've talked about this before, but my friend Jim said that as you get older, if you can count the people in your life, 5 people that are like, will drop anything for you, then
What's
you're
it called?
lucky. Do or
Do or
die.
die, or die or ride, or whatever
Die,
yeah,
yeah. Ride or die. Is
ride or
that?
die. There we go.
And back then, especially in music, well, I've got tons. And he's like, you wait and see. And I still have quite a few people that will do just about anything for me, but it's getting less and less and less and less. And that's okay. It's awesome.
You
It
know
makes it
what?
easier.
And that doesn't make them a bad person.
Mm-mm.
So again, there's people in my life I've distanced myself, and they're not bad. It's just our personalities conflict. So why put ourselves in that situation for personalities to conflict?
100%.
I've literally just done this to myself though, and I'm like, Susan, you did again. I have an ex-boyfriend, was not a good ex-boyfriend, ended very badly. But now I've taken him back on as a client again, and he's
Yeah.
giving me shit, just arguing. And I said, why do you get off on pushing my buttons that you know are going to push me? You get some kind of sick thrill. And he literally goes, yeah, it's fun. And so I said to him, and this was with business, this wasn't even personal, but he's just doing the same thing as his real estate agent. And I said to him, are you dating anybody? He's like, what? And I'd already decided from the last conversation, I was going to give a very big, subtle hint. I said, are you dating anybody? Well, no, not right now. And I said, okay, that's all I needed to know. Oh, he got the hint.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not,
This
are you?
is
Because you're an
why.
asshole.
This is why. Exactly. That is
And
hysterical.
maybe you should go back to that therapist that you quit. So, yes, that's a perfect example as well. I'll still work with you, but I'm setting boundaries.
Absolutely.
And, relationship wise, I look at it like this. I have acquaintances,
Yep.
then I have friends,
Yep.
and then I have inner circle.
Yes.
And I love them all in different ways because they're a different part of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, like that saying is, people come into your life for a season, and some stay, some do not. But they gave you whatever it was you needed, and you gave them what they needed. And I think that's awesome.
And you know me, I refer to my life as a book and a chapter.
Yep.
Sometimes they come in for one chapter, maybe two, who knows, maybe the rest of my life. There's some
Yep.
that right now look like they're going to make it till the end.
Yep. I'm gonna make it for the
Right now
whole book.
you're in another chapter, but some, and unfortunately some don't continue, and that breaks your heart because your chapter ended with them. I
Yeah.
have that often.
Uh-huh.
Um, but sometimes you have to go, hey, while you were there, I learned things. So even when and I love when you get older, I think this whole thing was about how are you wiser as you're older. Um, you realize I have never been that person. I wish I could go back and do it over
Right.
because I
I
feel
agree.
I am who I am because of things that happened to me, good, bad, and ugly. But you have to learn from them. Learn those red flags, learn not to let people mentally or physically wear you down. And that goes back to the whole age thing. Kathy and I laugh all the time because we're like, no more.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Especially in my job that I'm a salesperson, you kiss a lot of ass. That's the reality of it. You put up with a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
And any real estate agent or salesperson or something like that will absolutely agree with me because, you have to. That's
It
part
is.
of your
It
job.
is what it is.
But you do get to a certain age where you're like, you know what? I have a good clientele now. You're not going to do that to me anymore. But you also do it with your personal life. You know what? I'm at a point in my life, I can't let you make me feel bad. And
Exactly.
I will not have anybody in my life that makes me feel bad.
No.
I will not have anybody in my life. I don't, you don't have to support my decisions.
Exactly.
You have to respect them. And
Exactly.
believe me, I've made some bad decisions, and I'm glad when friends do go, "Are you sure?" I do tell them sometimes maybe ask it more than once.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
me the next day, and go, "But are you really sure,
Really
Susan?
sure.
Because last time you made a similar decision,
It
didn't work
was
out."
good. Oh, or you have the friends that look at you and go, wow. what did you do? Or what are you doing? Or sometimes I look at myself and go, what the hell did I do? Why did I do that?
Oh.
Right? Yeah, trust me, we judge ourselves more than anybody else anyway. So
But not the
we don't
ones
need
that
friends that
just
do it and put us down for it.
friends or family member that and I'll use an example. I had a relative that again is not my life anymore. That woman could give a compliment, but it always had to follow with a but. You cannot do that to your friends and family members. So I could say, Danica, I really love that lipstick, and it would look so much better if you put some earrings on. Stop. Just stop with the I like your
Yeah,
lipstick.
exactly.
You know?
Because
Oh, Danica, I like your shirt, and man, it would look so much better if you had less tan or a better tan. It doesn't even matter.
yeah,
But it's like, why?
yeah, yeah,
So I do always, and this was not her case. Now I know in my profession, and you've had people work for you, so you know the same. Anybody that's had somebody work for me, even if it's just a cleaning lady,
yeah.
if you don't give a compliment and then criticism. You give criticism and then follow it up with a compliment.
If you must give criticism, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
and
Because there's
work-wise,
sometimes you do. Oh, work wise,
yeah,
yes, absolutely.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Work-wise, but you always say, hey, I was a little disappointed you did this, but however, I love how you do yada, yada, yada.
Exactly.
That
And
is how you
and
will keep
always,
employees.
yeah, of course, if you can give them why, this is what I would prefer you to do rather than just say this was not good. Because then it helps people stay lifted and then they're happy to
So
continue
you
doing what
want
they're
them to
doing.
like you. You
Yeah,
don't want them to hate you as a boss. And the other thing I would say is, that's normally not how I did it. And I know she did it differently. Is there a reason why you think that would work better?
yeah,
That I really have always tried to do. And sometimes they explain it and I'm like, okay, well, I have many reasons, and unless you want to spend an hour, I understand, but I also know for many years that doesn't work.
right.
But sometimes I've been like, huh,
Okay.
I could see how this actually is better, so let's change it.
Yeah.
And how better does your employee love when you just told them they were smarter than you?
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
were
Well,
smarter than you.
and it's I try to teach Emerald because when we're learning things and doing things, we all do things differently. We can do stuff exactly the same, right? If we choose to all say this is how you do it, dot 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 dot. However, if I'm going to get to the same result that is needed to get to, and I'm going to go this way, and you're going to go this way, who cares?
Yeah.
As long as we get to the same result and everybody's happy at work or whatever we're talking about, so I think that's very, very important. I learn things differently. I do things differently. And if my brain's not going to work the way yours is, but it's going to continue to get what we need to get, then there you go. Just like with us, we have our
Oh,
ultimate goal. We just do things a little differently, but that's why we work so well because you do it here and I do here, and then we
you
come
always stay
together. And
open-minded. You
yeah,
stay open-minded. And
yeah,
that's, and I was getting ready to say that even goes with friends, especially when you take a person out, you take a vacation
yeah,
with a friend that either is exactly like you, which is also challenging, because if you're
yep,
both OCD, you both have a idea of how things should happen. And
yeah.
you're probably both right because you're OCD. So you've thought this through
Of course you're right.
8,000 times before you did it, but it's different than the other person. So they're like, and you have to remember it's not wrong. It's just doing it differently. And
Yeah,
exactly what you're saying, it still ultimately gets the goal.
yeah,
And for me, what I've tried to do is if I'm going to go, I'll use this as an example. I just went on a vacation with my friend Carrie, and she did everything. The only thing I had to do was get my airline ticket. She
nice.
got the hotel, she called for the Uber, she'd been there before. She picked all the restaurants, and she'd even say to me that, do you? And I'm like, girl, you're doing a great job, and I'm loving not having to think.
Yeah,
And for my OCD brain, I literally put that when she asked me and said, I've been there do you care if I pick a hotel? I'm like, go for it. And I could tell you it was so nice as an OCD person who's usually doing all of that for whoever, spouse, friend, family. I called it my no thinking vacation.
I love
I
it.
didn't have to think.
I
I
love
just got
that.
my little person. Where am I going? And I had a ball
Oh, I
for
love
that reason too, but she also did an excellent job. So sometimes you have to let go of that. Oh God, it's going to taste like drinking vinegar. Control. You got to let go of that control
Yeah,
and trust others that they're going to do what's best for your happiness.
exactly.
I really
Exactly.
hate that that was just recorded and could be used as evidence against me in the
Oh,
future.
it can. Yes, it is. It is out there forever and ever. Oh my gosh. No,
But
it
that's
is.
the age thing. So we start out with the whole age. I'm sorry, I didn't
No,
mean to interrupt you.
no, that's okay, but
As
it's
you
true.
get older, you realize sometimes you have more fun when you let somebody else be in control.
Yeah, it is true
I'm
because
learning that. And I am having so much more fun.
Well, I have to be on all the time, especially with Emerald, you know? So I'm on, I have to be, I'm the one who has to do everything and I have to pick and choose and whatever. And of course, which I have a lot of parents that disagree with me on this, but I bring her into every conversation. This is what the plan is. What do you think? What would you prefer to do? Like even on vacation, even on what we're doing that evening, whatever. And I let her give me her input, whether or not I choose that or not, because I am still the mom, but at least I
Sure.
let her have her input. But it's exhausting to have to take care of every single thing. And so it would be nice to have that. So I have not yet to had that. That was backwards. Yet not to have had that experience. I don't know. Can't say that sentence, but of somebody doing it
Well,
completely. But when we're
let's
going
go
on
on a
our
little bit.
cruise,
Well, probably not, but even let's go very baby steps.
yeah,
Even when you have a friend that invites you to dinner,
yeah. Oh, true.
just as simple as you don't have to think where you want, they're like, hey, we're going to go out to eat. And we were thinking blackberries. And you're like, great. You
Exactly.
know, maybe it wouldn't have been what you picked, but you're like, great. I didn't have to even think about it, make a decision, have that 20-minute conversation. Well, how about here? Yeah, that would be great, but how about here? Well, that would be. And when I get in that with girlfriends, I'm always like, okay, we've picked 5 great places. Let's just pick one of those. Let's not
Fun.
continue. There's a lot to choose
Oh
from.
yeah. Oh,
So
I
that's,
love it.
even as simple as that sometimes is like, I didn't even have to pick where I want to go eat.
Oh, I love it when you in a conversation and they'll say, "Nope, no matter what, you just pick the place." I'm like, "Okay, let's go get to meatballs." Oh, I don't want Italian.
And I'm sorry, men, you do that a lot.
Yeah, if you're
Men
not
do
letting me
that.
pick, then you just
I don't
shut
care
up
what
and
I
let
want to
me
eat, honey.
pick.
You just pick. And you're like, okay, let's go to meatballs. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood for the Italian. Then you do care. So what I try to do, and I'm very good about, I've always been really good about this. You would say, Susan, where would you like to go to eat tonight? And I'm like, Danica, I don't care, but I'm not in the mood for Chinese.
Exactly. There you go.
Because you know which one you're going to pick?
I'm gonna pick
Chinese, if I don't
Chinese.
say that. You
Yep,
are going to, that's just Murphy's Law. You're going to pick freaking Chinese. And then I'm going
exactly.
to be like, ooh. So
Well,
now what I
okay.
should do is just suck it up and not because I told you to pick,
I
but
know.
do that. Or,
Yeah,
like options if you say, what do you want to do today? I'm like, look, I'm cool going to the pool. I'm cool going shopping. I'm cool doing that. But I don't today want to go to the beach.
yeah. Don't feel like
So
the sand. Yep,
yeah,
yep,
give the what I don't want to do, everything else I'm open to.
yep.
And
I'm the same.
really, if I was a marriage therapist, which sometimes in my mind I think I am, that's probably the biggest thing in relationships. And it's not
100%.
even just eating, it's just, say what you don't want. And then that way all the other options are fine.
Exactly. No, I used to be a therapist. I was a hairdresser and a massage therapist.
And oh
No, but
yes,
we're
you were a
getting,
therapist.
oh yeah,
You were a therapist.
a
That's what my sister
therapist.
called.
Oh, I love it.
Therapist.
Well, we're getting ready to go on our cruise, as you know, in October. And so we have a list of excursions on each island. We got 3 stops. And it's awesome because Jim and Emerald and I kind of looked it through them and we're going to go through and pick one for each island and then, just explore the rest of the time. But I love that because then stuff is planned. We know what we're doing, and the rest of the time, he's so easygoing, we're so easygoing. So I'm really curious to see if we're all too easygoing because sometimes
That
that's
can
the
happen
hard thing
too.
too. Because then it's like we really don't care, and then you never decide on anything, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just like you wander around and don't do anything. So we'll figure it out. But and I also don't like to have every single little thing planned because I love to
Right.
be spontaneous on vacations. Go, oh, well, we are going to, go on a snorkeling trip from here to here. After that, let's explore, you know?
Yeah, who knows? Let's see
So
what's happening at that time. Yeah.
exactly. So, but we'll see how it goes. But I think it'll go well. I mean, either way, we're gonna have fun. I mean, being on the city on the sea, it's gonna be so cool. Emerald's gonna love it.
Being on vacation. Yeah, you're gonna have fun no matter what, just because you're in a different location, different site, different atmosphere.
Yep.
But I get crazy friends and family. You start out in the morning, you're on vacation together, and where you want to go eat breakfast? I don't know. Hour and a half later,
You're
I'm
starving.
starving, and we still haven't picked a fucking place. And at this point, I just ate some saltines, and I'm not even hungry.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
done
done. Wherever
because
you
I
want
get
to go,
hangry. I
I'll
will be the
have.
first. And anybody that knows me well knows I do get hangry. I mean, and I'll warn you.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Just again, give me a package of crackers to hold me over till you figure out what you want to do.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I at the vacation point, I take different vacations, and I figured this out when I was probably in my 40s. Another what the 50 plus.
Yeah.
There are chilling doing nothing vacations. Literally accomplished nothing, didn't see a damn thing, sat at the pool or the beach and got some sun and had cocktails. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But as we just went to, even though I did relax some, but when we just went to Newport, that was a sightseeing vacation, which I have not done in a while. I mean, we were bike riding, we were walking, I told her I felt like we were in that National Lampoon's European Vacation when they're in the Louvre.
Just go.
But I did want to absorb it all. I was only there a few days and to decide if I wanted to go back
You got
and
to
what
see
type
it.
of vacation I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was amazing showing everything. So I think as you get older, you have to realize sometimes it's hard to combine 3 or 4 vacations in one vacation.
Yeah, absolutely. Pick what
Yeah.
mood you're in, what vibe you want, and go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
New
So
places
I,
I always want to go and see. If it's somewhere I've already been, then I'm going to be more relaxed, I think,
right. Or you're going to want to see different
different.
things.
Yeah, different or more.
And
Yeah.
sometimes if you're going, and I'm sure Carrie had this feeling because everything she showed me she had done. But you and I think both are the personality that I love taking somebody where I've been and been like, I'm going to recommend this because I really enjoyed doing it. Do you think you would? Now, there was a couple times she asked me something. I was like, nah, not my thing.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, yeah, knocked it out of the ballpark. Had a ball. I
Awesome.
mean, she literally kept going, but do you want? And I'm like, no, I am enjoying being dumb on this vacation.
I love it.
Totally dumb.
Yes.
Not knowing how to think about shit.
We don't
Well,
get
like the
that
one I'm
very
going to go
often.
on. This is a family, so obviously spend time with the family, but this is my physical exercise or my physical vacation or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
going to be walking, I'm going to be hiking, I'm going to be riding bikes. Yeah. All
Awesome.
of that is purely physical.
So
I've
yeah,
been there
so
many
fun.
times. I don't need to go to the museum. I've been there. I don't need to, but even if that's just that area. If you're not and I'm Utah, I'm curious if Salt Lake City's that way. First time I went to Aspen, and by the fourth time, I'm like, wow, you go there, you cannot just sit because nobody else is sitting.
Yeah.
Everybody is, I mean, there's like people riding bikes everywhere, people walking everywhere, people dressed up to go. It is such an active atmosphere
Yeah.
that you are literally like, yeah, I would feel really weird just sitting by a pool all day.
Well,
This
it's
is not
it,
that vacation.
it's both. For me though, I'm going, I stay with my family. So that's a little bit different because I'm not in a resort or a hotel, so I stay
Sure,
with the family. But like this
sure.
last trip, we went because I took Emerald and she's old enough now to really enjoy things. Yeah, just period. So this time we went and we went to the zoo. It was for her birthday. We went to the zoo, we went to the museum. It's like I wanted to get all of these things in. We went to the park, we went to the aviary. I mean, we went to things that I haven't gone to in a very long time and literally were nonstop. And
Yeah,
that's not my
it
normal
was that
vacation there,
vacation.
but it was that vacation and it was
It was
intentional.
educate my daughter to the town I grew up in.
Exactly. So she got to see all the things, and we took her to the park where I grew up and the aviary where my mom got her chicken because it jumped out and she saved it, and then it never wanted to go home, and so then she brought it home, and all and told her all the stories and all the things. And in fact, the swing that I posted, I'm sure you saw it. I rode that swing when I was her age, and it's still there. So it was like really, really cool. But that was by the time we got home, went, whew, that was not your
Right?
normal
Need a
go
vacation for my
home,
vacation.
hang out with the family and chill, right? We got a little bit of both, but it was really, really fun and really cool. So yeah, same thing. And as you get older, again, I think the good thing is that we're not subject to feel like we have to do what everybody else wants to do. We know better and we just won't. It's like, nope, you want to do that, I don't want to do that, and blah blah blah, because we take more control in a good way of the things that are important to us and the things that we want to spend time with because we know how precious time is. And it's so
Not to
cool.
be confused, viewers, not to be confused. If you're with 4 girls and 3 of them say, I want to go to a steak restaurant, that's the time that you're like, I'll find something I want there.
Yes, absolutely. You're not
When I
going to go
have
off to
a
a
walk
different
with my
restaurant.
grandchildren, as you probably do with Emerald, we have this conversation that I'm clearly aware that's not what you want, but we're in a group
Yeah,
and this is what the group wants to do. And sometimes we do things for other people, even though it may not be the first choice we wanted.
exactly.
And I'm going to have the same conversation with adults. So I've been, flexible like that, as I'm sure you have too. That yeah, you
Just
do
the
those things.
just the other day I had to do it with her. And of course, they loved every bit of it. They had just as much fun. It was wonderful. So you get that in your mind that, oh, it's not where I want to go. But then you get there because the majority, like you said, wants it. And it's just as awesome
Different
because
than
it's
your
about the
last
company.
experience. You're
Yeah.
with different people at a different time. So I always keep that in mind. Well, I think both of us, I'm gonna have fun no matter what I'm doing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have fun and I'm
Yeah.
gonna enjoy myself. It may not be the fulfilled thing I'm looking for, and I'll do that at a different time, not
Yeah.
right now. But you're right. I mean, there's been things I've done, and then I go with somebody else, and I'm like, oh my God, well, I freaking had fun this time.
Exactly.
This was a blast. Last time I was miserable. Could
Exactly.
be who you went with, what time of year, so many elements. I mean, not even
Exactly.
just the person you went with. Maybe you went in the winter and you didn't enjoy it. You went in the summer, bad.
Awesome.
You know,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as growing up north where you have seasons, you enjoy different things in different seasons. If
Yeah.
you try to do a fall thing in the winter or summer, you're not going to enjoy
Not the
it.
same. Exactly.
You do not make a bonfire in July in the Midwest, but in
No.
October, fire the bitch up.
Exactly.
We're having a bonfire.
Exactly. In fact, we have friends that are coming in to visit again. They come every year, but they're coming and in February, and our plan is to camp on the beach and do a bonfire. So we're gonna have
You
tents and do a
wouldn't be doing
bonfire.
that right now.
No, we would not. Are you kidding
They
me?
got the bonfire. You don't even want to camp on the beach, even
No.
at night.
No, no,
No.
no, 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 no.
Yeah. So,
No.
maybe that's a good reference is our life. Sometimes we do things in different seasons of our life so that we enjoy it more versus trying to force it and we don't.
Exactly. No, it is. And it makes such a difference, you know? And I love that. I love having that new attitude. And it's just more fun. And I'm doing my
Actually,
best to teach them that
as
now.
much as we complain, these are all our perks of being over 50. We're
Yeah.
wiser. I mean, we are wiser, we make better decisions, and I think what we do, we enjoy more. I find that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I
For
really
sure.
and and I'm going to go back to another thing. Friends or family, you're on a vacation. And I think this is how you eliminate your friends really quick, or at least in my world and my personality. I figure out the first vacation I take with somebody, if they say, I'd like to go ride bikes today. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not in the mood, but you go ahead and we'll catch up later for lunch. Well, I'm not going to go if you don't go. Well, I really do. Maybe I'm just hurting. And I say to them, I physically today I can't go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I really wanted to go, but okay, I guess if you don't feel like it, go ride the freaking bike. I'm
Exactly.
okay with that. And again, I don't have any friends like that in my life, even though they've tried to come
No, but
in.
I have had friends like that.
Oh, we
Absolutely.
all have, I think.
Oh, and I think
Um,
when I was really, really young, I probably did that because I
oh,
just, guilted
they
people into
guilted you
doing
into
what I
doing
want.
it when you knew it wasn't a
Oh,
good
yeah.
idea.
I know I've done that.
So there is that compromise of, yes, I'm going to go ahead and do it because it might be a different experience, except for when your gut just says, no, not today, can't do this. And your friends get it. I mean, I
Yeah.
have friends that, I can't remember what care. Oh, we came back, we'd gone out to dinner, we'd had a full day. And I said, you know what? I'm beat. I'm going to go shower and I'm ready to go to bed. She's like, I'm going to go hang out at the bar for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I'll see you later.
Perfect.
Neither one of us cared.
Yeah.
She wanted to go hang out at the bar. I wanted to go to bed. So she hung out at the bar and I went to bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Tammin comes to visit. She just well, she has her car when she comes down, but even when my friends come to town and they want to do something, I'll say, take my car, whatever, as long as you're not drinking, whatever, but do whatever you want. And,
Yeah. Well, and you and I both know this. We live in a resort area, so friends and family love to come visit us and we love to have them. But we can't take a whole week and be with you the whole time because
no,
we
we're
work.
working. Yeah,
And
exactly.
that took some adjusting because I had never had that in my life. And yeah, I had to really balance and figure it out. And you're right, you just say, go enjoy the water park today.
Yeah.
Have a blast, and I hopefully will be finished with work at 3.
Yeah, exactly. Or, if you, because unfortunately my jobs are fun and in great places. So if you want to come hang out with me, come hang out with me for a while. But I
Well,
certainly
if you
don't
go to the water
expect,
park, I'll be the chick up on the thing yelling at you, by the way.
exactly,
Yeah,
I'll be
yours is a
squirting
little
you with
different.
water.
Well,
But
mine, if you want to go look at houses, I can do that.
yeah, I don't
But that
expect,
is funny. I have had friends that want to go with me. Say,
yeah,
I got to work today. I got to go. Could we go with you and see some of the houses? And I'm like, sure. And
yeah.
clients, you just say, hey, my friends are in town and they want to see what properties in case they ever consider purchasing something. Might say that maybe even helped with the sale of the buyer.
It could, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't expect my friends to come and watch every single one of my shows, but if they want to, that's fine. But most of them are at the beach. So come hang out at the show, get a cocktail, go play in the water. So so I have that kind of little benefit with what I do because it's not the office situation, but still it
Right.
is. It's fun. I love it. I love I love having the new attitude, like I said, and it makes life so much easier and it makes everything that we do more enjoyable because
It
we do what
does.
we want to do and we're enjoyable.
I think it's ironic. I feel, and people may be surprised when I say this about myself, but if you think of the job I have, we both are people pleasers. We just are. We get high from making somebody else happy doing that.
Oh
But
yeah.
you get to a certain age that you're like, it's exhausting, and you can't always make that the first priority. I
Right.
will do everything I possibly can. As you say, you come to visit me. I got the house, I got the car, I'll have snacks that I'll do as much as I can, but I can't do 100% and sacrifice my happiness as well.
No,
And again,
absolutely.
that's the age thing.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
So I
I
have a
love that.
two off the wall because I know we're getting around down here. Let us know what you think of our background now. So we
Yeah.
changed it up. She used to have Looney Tunes, and I had my bedroom, my art desk in the back, even though I don't paint, but it's there whenever I want to. I'm going to
Yes,
do it someday.
mine. Mine's not
So
going
we
away.
decided she looked good with what the 50, and today I actually wore black, but normally I have color, so that bounces. But what do you think of hers? I know mine's backward, but I thought it was kind of cool that we went what the 50, what the 50. If you think I should flip mine, tell us.
Do you know what's
Um,
funny? It's not backwards to me.
oh crap, I forgot you keep saying that. See, it's backwards to me. That is so weird. I'm getting the mirror effect, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, so
Yep.
never
Yep.
mind, forget about that one. Uh, don't comment on that since you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Should we do it with color? We do some purple and greens. I'm the purple girl, she's the green. So we could do that background on there. What do you want to see? What do you think? Just tell us. We're just curious.
We
We're
are
always
curious.
trying stuff and we're doing it for you because honestly, I don't see the background when I'm talking to you.
No, I don't
Uh,
even think about it.
yeah. What did you think of today's episodes? What are some things you can share with us that you have noticed age has positively, because this was just a positively one. We always have our negative ones too, but this one
Yeah.
that is positively, right? Positively, um, been better. Some change. And I'm going to tell you, I have not met one I haven't really had a lot of conversations with men. I've not met one woman, not one woman when we start talking about this and we talk about the podcast and they're like, well, the best thing for me is I just put myself first most of the time now. I say no now. I mean, all these things we've just talked about,
Yeah.
it's a consensus. So far, it's 100%, my unscientific, scientific experiments I like to do.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We're
I
st-
agree.
so I love that people, and I'm curious. What can we say or do to get women to start doing that in their 20s and 30s? Or,
Exactly.
I
Well,
don't know. Do you have to do that in your 20s and 30s in order to appreciate when you get there in your 40s and 50s? Because I'm
maybe.
that kind of personality.
Well, we
I
also
have to,
have, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say that's my personality. I have to know this so I appreciate this more.
Right, exactly. Well, I think that's just with our learning as we get older. But the thing is too, the world is different right now. So with the younger kids and up
That's
into the 20s, they put them first self, I think, and no offense, not all of them would ever, but put themselves to the first to the point where it's like they don't even realize there's anybody else in this world. It's a very
I think they go
entitled
to
me, me,
my
me.
opinion, they go, I do like that they are getting like, I don't give a shit what you think about my hair, my clothes, my sexual preference, all of those things.
Yes.
But what I don't like is how in your face they are about it.
Well,
I
and
think they're going a
also,
little bit too far.
yeah, in your face, but also just then it's like there's no consideration for other people. They're not as polite, whatever. I had two young boys yesterday, probably 16, that were at Mariluna where I was singing, come up and give me a tip. And I went, and I said, "Do you have a crest?" And he said, "No, we're just enjoying the music." And that just made my heart happy because the younger ones, it
Wow.
doesn't always happy. Then you have the older families
Oh,
that come up and they bring in their little kids up to do it too and teaching them that.
teaching them
Emerald gets in my wallet and says, "Give me money. I got to go tip them." I'm like, okay, that's so important to me.
because you've set that example. Yes.
And it's not just
And
about the tips. It's just about the courtesy and opening doors for people and all the things that we have lost. And I think that's so important. So put yourself first, but at the same time, don't forget there's beautiful people in this world that if we don't show
put
love and
yourself
respect and
first, but
kindness
don't do it
to,
rudely.
yeah, if we don't show love and kindness and attention and acknowledgement to other human beings, then we've lost that human
Oh,
everything.
we're animals. At
Yeah,
that point, we quit being distinctive from animals. We're animals.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think that's the thing is, don't be rude about it.
Nope.
Um, and you need to participate. So parents are so overwhelmed right now that they can't be all of the role model that parents were 30 years ago. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
reality. They're exhausted. So step up as an aunt, step up as a neighbor, step up as a grandma.
Yeah.
I think my stepdaughter does an amazing job with the kids, way better than many things like the health things. But she doesn't catch every angle.
No.
So when I can, and there's a situation that comes up, I'm like, let's give a life lesson. And they know I always say, this is the life lesson, and I get the oh crap. And I'm like, Do you not want me to share? No, no, we want to know,
Yeah.
because they see that coming back.
Yeah.
So, do that as a neighbor, as a friend, as whatever. If you see a situation, then help out and give those, opinions. And we're close, but I'm going to go back real quick because I think it's part of that conversation now. You said some of your friends don't agree that you include Emerald in everything.
Yeah.
That's okay
Yeah.
because different people do different parenting and we grow up differently, and that makes us again different, not all alike. So that's
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
They don't have to agree with your parenting skills. They have to respect you if they're going to be a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you also probably respect them that they do it differently and you don't criticize.
No,
I
no.
mean, you're like,
I just say,
okay, so you don't
okay,
share anything with your kid, whatever.
I wouldn't do that,
Yeah.
but okay, I don't care. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I love it.
Okay, I think this was a good episode about something. No, this one I know. A lot of times we finish and we're like, what the fuck was that about? What we're going to title it because we talked about 8 bazillion things. But
Exactly.
we stayed pretty focused today on the positives, the awesomeness of being over 50.
Yes,
How has your
exactly.
life improved with age?
Yes, I love
We
it.
are like a wine. We are just getting finer and finer with time.
That is correct. All right, my friend.
But
Well,
we're
I
also,
love
oh
you.
crap, how old are we? No.
I love you, Susan. We love you with the 50
Love
family.
you, dear. We love you guys. Again, like, share, comment, suggestions.
Yep.
What do you want us to talk
Oh,
about? We are live on Thursdays on YouTube.
yep.
And we post shortly after that to the other ones. But are we going to kind of stick right now with what time did we do? We did
We started
8:30 Eastern
9
time.
Eastern or 8 Eastern time.
Is that going to be, we did
No, 9
8:30.
Eastern time. Center,
So we're going to do
8 Central.
9 Eastern time.
We're going
Okay.
to stick with
So
that
you
right
can
now,
count.
and we'll do some research and
Yeah,
see
I
if
know we
that's
did a
about the
little
best
early
time.
today, but that's we had a lot going on.
Okay.
So 9 o'clock Eastern, figure it out.
Yep.
8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Pacific. So you may not join us unless you're an early bird like me. And if you're over there in the Philippines, Pinky,
Yeah.
we hope you're watching. You're probably asleep, but
I
if
hope
you're
so.
not,
Yeah.
whatever time it is over there where you are. Yeah. So, join us on, we're having a lot of fun on those lives. A
Yes,
lot
we
of
are.
fun,
They are
especially when
fun.
people interact. We have Philip again tuned in today and interact. Thank you. We had Aniston that joined us and interacted. I'm like a kid in a candy store when you do that. It just makes me so happy.
It is so cool. Yep.
Awesome, dear. You have a
Awesome.
great day. Everybody else have a great day.
We'll see you next time.